Codified by Ebenezer Cobb Morley in 1863, association football as we know it is more than 150 years old. Sheffield FC are officially recognised as being the oldest club in existence, having been founded in 1857, whilst Notts County are the oldest currently professional club, the League Two outfit having been founded in 1862. Today though, we're taking on a video suggested by one of our subscribers that focuses on some slightly less historic clubs. This is a video on the best clubs to have been founded in the last 50 years, so from 1968 to 2018. By best, we mean the best right now, not the best over the entire course of their history. If this video does well, we'd be open to maybe doing a video on the best clubs founded over 125 years ago, or even the best founded in the last 10 years. As always, let us know what you think of those ideas and your own future video suggestions in the comments section. Here are our 7 best clubs founded in the last 50 years. Atlanta United, 4 years old. Since the MLS was only dreamt up in preparation for the 1994 World Cup and the league's first season only came in 1996, every US team would be eligible for this 7. The best American outfit right now, in our eyes though, also happens to be one of the newest. Atlanta United made their MLS debuts in 2017, finishing 4th in the Eastern Conference, followed by a 2nd place finish in 2018. They top an aggregate 2017 and 2018 combined conferences table, with the 2 New York clubs in 2nd and 3rd. Atlanta's success has been built on young South American talent, most notably in the cases of their 2 star men, Joseph Martinez and Miguel Almiron, who are among the best players in the MLS right now. This more forward-thinking and less big-name focused approach has worked wonders at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and it's one that more and more MLS teams will surely start to adopt. At the time of recording this video, Atlanta United have reached the MLS Cup final in only their 2nd season of competitive football. By the time you're watching this, they'll either have won or lost that game, but either way, they take 7th here. FC Copenhagen, 26 years old. Founded in 1992 in a merger of Copenhagen Bold Club and Bold Club in 1903, FC Copenhagen have been the most successful club in Denmark in the 26 years since then, winning 12 league titles and 8 Danish Cups. FC Midtjylland supporters may feel a little hard done by not to see their team feature here since they topped the Danish Superliga last season, whilst FC Copenhagen slumped to a 4th place finish, their poorest campaign since the turn of the millennium. However, they have got back to winning ways this season and currently top the table once again. Managed by former Wolves boss Stal Solbakken, Copenhagen have a handful of decent players, but their star man right now is probably former Ajax and Middlesbrough forward Victor Fischer. Really highly rated as a youngster, Fischer has had a difficult couple of years, but looks to have found his feet once more, albeit at a lower standard, in his native Denmark now. Getafe, 35 years old. The 2nd oldest club in this list of relatively new clubs, Getafe in its current form was founded in 1983. Both a merger and a Phoenix club, the original Getafe club, Club Getafe Deportivo, were founded in 1946, but were liquidated whilst playing in the 4th tier in 1983. The club in its current incarnation began life in the 8th tier of Spanish football, winning 4 consecutive promotions in their first 4 seasons. They reached the Segunda Division in 1994, before consecutive relegations almost saw them fall out of existence once more in 1997. Since then, however, Getafe have been far more successful than their predecessors ever were. They were promoted to La Liga for the first time in 2004, where they spent 12 seasons, recording a record high 6th place finish in the 2009-10 campaign. Even following relegation in 2016, the club bounced back immediately, finishing 8th in La Liga last season and currently finding themselves in 9th place, only 3 points behind their near neighbours Real Madrid. FC Krasnodar, 10 years old. A new club dreamt up by Russian billionaire Sergei Galitsky, FC Krasnodar were founded in 2008, starting life in the 3rd tier of Russian football. 2 promotions in 2 seasons meant they were a Russian Premier League club by 2010. Since then, the club has never finished lower than 10th, and they finished in the top 4 in each of the last 4 seasons. As well as moving into a state-of-the-art 34,000-seater stadium modelled on a Roman Colosseum in 2016, which surprisingly wasn't chosen as one of Russia's venues for the 2018 World Cup, Krasnodar are also 2nd in the Russian Premier League table right now, so things are looking up for the club. Krasnodar have some very decent players at their disposal right now, from Swedish international Victor Claesson to Peru star Christian Cueva, but they lost arguably their best player, Fyodor Smolov, to reigning champions Lokomotiv Moscow over the summer. RB Salzburg, 13 years old. When Red Bull bought SV Austria Salzburg back in 2005 and changed the club's name, badge and colours, they declared that this is a new club with no history. They were later forced to withdraw that statement and change their stance, but we agree with them. Whilst a case can be made for the club being refounded rather than founded in 2005, we think it's a weak one, about as weak as trying to argue that MK Dons were founded in 1889. SV Austria Salzburg have been a successful club, winning 3 league titles and reaching a UEFA Cup final in a period of just 4 years in the 1990s. The new club, RB Salzburg, have been pretty much untouchable in Austrian football over the last few years though, having won 5 consecutive league titles, and they are unbeaten this season with a 14-point cushion at the top of the Austrian Bundesliga. They currently top their Europa League group, having reached the semi-finals of the competition last season. RB Leipzig, 9 years old. From one Red Bull franchise to another, I don't like to be overly pious on this channel, but the whole Red Bull thing really does reek of the commercialisation of the modern game. Unlike in the case of RB Salzburg, there can be no doubts about the fact that RB Leipzig are a new club. The Red Bull group bought the playing rights of 5th tier outfit SSV Markenstrad, but made no bones about the fact that this was a new club that they were forming in 2009. German football is rooted in tradition, and Red Bull faced a number of challenges with their new outfit. They couldn't include the words Red Bull in the team's official name due to DFB rules, which they quickly made a mockery of by giving Leipzig the unusual prefix Rasenballsport, literally lawn ball sports, which meant they could use the initials RB, and RB Leipzig was born. Although the club won't be winning any popularity contests outside of Leipzig anytime soon, they have been very successful on the pitch. Following 4 promotions in 7 seasons, the 2016-17 campaign would be their first in the Bundesliga, and they rocked the division with a 2nd place finish. They dropped down to 6th last season, but are up in 3rd, 1 place ahead of Bayern Munich at the time of this recording, so they have to take 2nd place in this 7. The Honourable Mentions. Since it seems unlikely that we will make a part 2 of this video, our apologies if this was one you really enjoyed, we're going to take a look at some honourable mentions between 1st and 2nd place. A handful of youthful MLS outfits made our shortlist, from LA Galaxy to the Seattle Sounders, although it's probably New York Red Bulls who came the closest to making the 7 itself. Just south of the USA, we come to Santos Laguna, the reigning champions of the Liga MX Clausura, who currently find themselves in 4th place in the division. Founded in 1983, the club celebrated its 35th anniversary this year. Over in Europe, Ligue 1 side Toulouse were only founded in 1970. Currently 15th in the top flight of French football, Toulouse can boast a couple of familiar faces to followers of the Premier League, such as Max Gradel and Stefan Mbia. And our final honourable mentions come from the nation where Stefan Mbia previously played his football, China. It's no secret that Chinese Super League clubs have spent a lot of money over the last few years, and we'd give honourable mentions to both Shanghai SIPG and Guangzhou Evergrande, the division's 2 best teams. Shanghai SIPG were founded in 2005, and they currently top the Chinese Super League thanks in no small part to their trio of Brazilian stars Hulk, Elkson and Oscar, as well as their prolific homegrown right winger Wu Li. Guangzhou, meanwhile, were actually founded in 1954, but they technically became a new club when they turned professional in 1993. That means they've only been around for a quarter of a century, but they won 7 consecutive Chinese Super League titles between 2011 and 2017, and currently boast Brazilian stars such as Paulinho and Talisca. Right, that's it for the honourable mentions. I'm sure very many of you know what's coming, but nevertheless, here is top spot. Paris Saint-Germain, 48 years old. The city of Paris doesn't have a particularly illustrious footballing past. Prior to 2013, Paris-based clubs had won only 3 league titles, and only 2 of them had been won by Paris Saint-Germain. The likes of Saint-Etienne, Marseille, and even Monaco led the way in terms of league titles, up until PSG's takeover in 2011. Since then, the club has spent an enormous amount of money and completely transformed the landscape of French football. They are by far the best team in the land, with a dazzling attacking trio containing 2 of the most expensive players in world football, Neymar and Kylian Mbappe, as well as the club's all-time leading goalscorer, Edinson Cavani. They have won 5 of the last 6 Ligue 1 titles, and it's difficult to see anyone catching them anytime soon, especially since they've already amassed a 14-point lead at the top of the table. Founded in 1970 in a merger of Paris FC and Stade Saint-Germain, PSG won promotion to Ligue 1 in 1974 under the guidance of France legend Just Fontaine. They enjoyed flutters of success in the 1990s and 2000s, starring some world-class footballers, from George Weah to Ronaldinho, but never the sustained trophy hoovering that we see from them now. Despite their relentlessness in Ligue 1 and their extraordinarily talented playing squad, which means they simply have to top this 7, PSG's Qatari owners haven't yet managed to get the team beyond the quarter-final stages of the Champions League. So that's it for our 7. Thanks for watching, feel free to subscribe and turn on notifications for more from us if you enjoyed the video, and you can now also follow us on Twitter for more ramblings from me. Our username is simply @HITC Sevens.